And this fight against independent news. I mean, look what CNN did to Joe Rogan, right? They colored his skin green.
Oh yeah.
When he got COVID
That
and
was
beat
to bug Jimmy.
in 48 years. And then Bill Gates funds a bullshit fact-checking organization that says CNN didn't color his skin green. So the last and final command was to not trust the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final and most essential command. And that's exactly what's going on. Facebook fact-checking, could there be a bigger joke? And it's all funded by Bill Gates or the Rockefeller Foundation or the Annenberg Foundation. It's always funded by that kind of, if you look into any of the, and of course the guy who used to run, or the guy who runs Snopes got caught plagiarizing. Of course he's a plagiarist and a big liar. And so all these people who are fact checking and all this stuff, and you can't go down the rabbit hole. My show has never lied to you, right? As far as I can tell, since they took your advertisers away, you've been doing the best work in news journalism around. And what Julian Assange also, you don't get in trouble for lying. You get in trouble for telling the truth. And so you got in trouble for telling the truth. I've gotten strikes for telling the truth. Russell Brand's in trouble for telling the truth. Julian Assange is being murdered, right? And as Jen Psaki goes on a weekly basis and tries to scare you that somehow if Donald Trump becomes president again, he's going to prosecute journalists. At the time, she worked for an organization, an administration that is prosecuting the most decorated journalist of our lifetime. So take it wherever you want.
Well, I would just say these people have, I mean, as you noted earlier, whatever they're doing, they accuse you of doing. It's more than a tactic. It's a psychological syndrome. I do think, not to play shrink, I noticed we banned Sigmund Freud in the last 20 years, and maybe there's a reason for that, because you're not supposed to look too deeply at motive anymore, and I wonder why, but it is a syndrome. It's a psychological syndrome where, like, a normal person would be incapable of accusing someone else of doing exactly what he himself is doing. Like, that's insane. You have to be a crazy person to do that. But they do it at every single turn. And in fact, they do it so consistently, it's the only reliable gauge of what they're actually doing. So as soon as they started yelping about democracy, I'm such a literal dumb person. I'm like, democracy? Why are they talking about democracy? What does that have to do with democracy? And then I realized, of course, that's the thing they hate. So they are posing as its lone defenders. Of course, I mean, it's just go down the list, whatever they're calling you. I never really think anyone's a racist, but they've called me a racist so many times. I would love to get their search histories because I bet they're racist. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just it's just super interesting. So you know, I'm worried about the next year. I really am. And I think I have cause to worry about it. It feels like, and I hope I'm wrong. I've certainly been wrong a lot. I don't lie if I can help it, but I have been wrong. And I hope I am once again wrong when I predict that this will be a very different country in December of 2024. It feels that way. It feels like we're on the brink. Like, they've taken the mask off. They're not hiding who they are anymore. They're not trying to convince you anymore. They're not pretending it's for your own good. They don't care about your own good, and they're not saying they do. And so when you reach that stage, like, what's next? Not good things at all. They're not even pretending to rule by consensus. They're ruling by force. When you give up argument, you get to force. That's, you know, there's nothing left. And so I think we're going to see a lot of force in the next 12 months. And again, I sincerely hope that I'm just being crazy.